Most people spend years chasing the wrong information, not because they're lazy, but because nobody ever explained the right things clearly. So here are 7 things you actually need to know, explained simply. Number 7. Attention is your real currency. Most people grow up believing money is the most valuable thing they can earn. But in the modern world, attention is what creates money, opportunities, and influence. Every app on your phone, every notification sound, and every headline is carefully designed to capture your focus. Because businesses understand one simple rule: whoever controls attention controls outcomes. Think about how often you plan to do one quick task online, then somehow lost an hour scrolling. That time didn't disappear randomly, it was slowly traded away, second by second. And the dangerous part is that it feels harmless while it's happening. Successful people are not just disciplined with their money, they are disciplined with their attention. They decide where it goes, how long it stays, and what deserves it. Once you realize attention is limited, you start protecting it differently. You stop reacting to everything and start choosing carefully. Because the moment you control your attention, you stop drifting through life. And that realization quietly prepares you for the next truth most people overlook. Number 6. Most advice is outdated. Many people follow life advice that once worked perfectly, but no longer fits the world we live in today. You've probably heard phrases like, play it safe, stay loyal to one company, or just work hard, and everything will work out. Those ideas made sense decades ago, when careers were stable and industries changed slowly. But today, technology moves faster than experience. Entire job roles can disappear within a few years. New opportunities appear in places that didn't even exist before. And the skills that mattered yesterday may not matter tomorrow. The problem isn't that older advice is wrong. The problem is that it was designed for a different time. Following outdated guidance is like using an old map to navigate a new city. You might keep moving, but you won't reach the right destination. Smart people constantly update their thinking. They question old assumptions and stay curious about new realities. They understand that learning never truly stops, because in a fast-changing world, the most dangerous mistake isn't failing. It's staying loyal to information that is quietly expired. Number 5. Comfort can be dangerous. Comfort feels safe, predictable, and relaxing. It gives you a sense of control and stability. But comfort can slowly become one of the biggest hidden obstacles in life. Not because comfort is bad, but because it quietly removes the pressure to grow. When things feel easy, people stop challenging themselves. They stick to routines that require little effort. They avoid risks, postpone difficult decisions, and convince themselves that everything is fine. Day by day, nothing dramatic happens, but progress quietly slows down. Many people don't fail because they made big mistakes. They fail because they stayed comfortable for too long. They chose familiarity instead of improvement. They waited for motivation instead of building discipline. Growth almost always begins with discomfort. Learning a new skill feels awkward. Taking responsibility feels stressful. Making changes feels uncertain. But those uncomfortable moments are usually the exact signals that progress is happening. The real danger of comfort is that it doesn't look like danger at all. It looks like stability, routine, and peace. And once you understand that, you start noticing how small daily choices shape your future more than big dramatic events. Number 4. Motivation is overrated. Most people believe success comes from feeling motivated. They wait for the right mood, the right energy, or the perfect moment to start. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired, other days you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. If your progress depends on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent. The people who move forward consistently are not the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. They build systems that work even when they don't feel like working. They show up on bad days, slow days, and boring days, because they understand something powerful. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Think about the last time you forced yourself to start a task. At first, it felt difficult, but after a few minutes, momentum kicked in. That's how discipline works. It removes the need to wait for feelings. Once you stop chasing motivation and start building habits, progress becomes predictable. And that shift reveals another truth that many people misunderstand completely. Number 3, time feels slow, then suddenly fast. When you're young, time feels endless. Days feel long, years feel far away. But as life moves forward, something strange happens. Time starts accelerating. Weeks pass quickly. Months disappear without warning. And suddenly years feel like they happened overnight. This isn't just imagination. Psychologists explain that routine makes time feel shorter. When every day looks the same, your brain stops recording new memories. Fewer memories make time feel compressed. That's why childhood felt slower. Everything was new. Every experience stood out. But adulthood often becomes repetitive. Work, chores, sleep, repeat. And repetition makes life feel like it's moving faster than it actually is. The real lesson here is not about time management. It's about experience management. If you want life to feel longer and more meaningful, you need more new moments, new skills, new places, new challenges, because time doesn't actually speed up. Your routine just makes it feel that way. And once you realize how quickly time can disappear, the next truth becomes impossible to ignore. Number 2, you become what you repeat. Most people think their future is shaped by big decisions, choosing the right career, moving to a new city, starting a business. But in reality, your life is mostly built from small daily actions repeated over time. Tiny habits feel insignificant in the moment. Skipping one workout doesn't seem serious. Scrolling for an extra hour doesn't feel dangerous. Delaying a task until tomorrow feels harmless. But repetition quietly turns small actions into permanent patterns. Do something often enough and it becomes your identity. Practice discipline daily and you become disciplined. Avoid responsibility repeatedly and avoidance becomes normal. This is why habits are powerful. They work whether you notice them or not. Success rarely arrives from one big breakthrough. It grows slowly from consistent behavior. And failure usually doesn't happen suddenly. It builds quietly from repeated neglect. The question is simple but uncomfortable. What are you practicing every single day? Because whatever you repeat today, you are slowly becoming tomorrow. Number 1, your environment shapes your future. Here is the most powerful truth most people discover too late. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your environment. People love to talk about willpower, motivation, and mindset. But environment quietly decides how easy or hard everything feels. If junk food is always in your kitchen, eating healthy becomes a daily battle. If your phone is always next to you, focus becomes harder. If the people around you complain, procrastinate, or think small, you slowly start doing the same. Not because you're weak, because humans naturally adapt to their surroundings. Look at any successful person closely. They didn't just change their habits, they changed their environment. They surrounded themselves with people who pushed them forward. They removed distractions before they became problems. They designed their daily space to make good decisions easier. This is why some people struggle for years while others move ahead quickly. It's not always talent. It's not always intelligence. It's the environment working silently in the background. Change your environment, and your behavior changes automatically. Change your behavior, and your future starts changing with it.